Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and to some of you, good night, depending on your time zone. And of course, fellow Nigerians across the globe, it's yet another wonderful day. And we will continue to upset the balance. When I mean upset the balance, we will continually expose, checkmate by way of exposing certain criminal individuals who has vowed that they will destroy every ethnic group in Nigeria. Honestly, they do not have the power to achieve this. They've tried, honestly, but they cannot succeed because nature will always take its part. And that is why there is a cycle of life. And all of us are here for a purpose, a mission. And maybe that is why we have found ourselves in this position where we are today. You see, as Nigerians, since the supposed Igbo coup, the coup of 1966, which later led to Nigerian civil war, something went wrong. That issue was hypocritically addressed. But they can't say it because it counter the initial arrangement made on the eve of independence. And now let us get it right. If you are from the following state in Nigeria: Delta State, Edo State, Kogi State, Kwara State, Benue State. These 5 states I mentioned, you are just experiment ground. Bende State, Delta State, Kogi State, Kwara State, and Benue State. You are just experiment ground. But I know you will not understand. Every trial and error, politically, religiously, or otherwise, that is where they focus and experiment it. But it's okay because we are still here in the end. There are some group of Nigerians who have said they will take over your life. There is nothing you can do about it. The people who would have been able to stop it cannot stop it because a lot will be destroyed. And that is why we are taking time not to open up everything at the same time. We were told that Fulanis were not originally part of this country and that they migrated from across different countries in Africa. The propaganda still trend that it is housesa that owns the land. And one should begin to ask question: why would tiny Fulani overrun large housesa? Why? I know you have so many history to that, but there is something about the housesa Fulani that you're not telling us. But let's leave it at that. On daily basis, you hear killing by bandits, gunmen, unknown gunmen across board, most especially in the north. You have so many kidnappers, so many murderers, killers, terrorists. And the government of the day has not been able to stop it. A one-time Nigerian president once said that any insurgency that cannot be stopped in 24 hours, you know there is somebody very powerful that is there. But this is the twist. Who are they killing? Who are they killing and disposing? Because they're actually dispossessing people. But who will say it? These people don't have voice. We recently begin to hear about Southern Kaduna. And that is when it looks like the killing on that side begin to drop. Why has people not told us how many people or ethnic group that has been destroyed? Because when you talk about the history and what is happening in Southern Kaduna, you will see there are clusters of different ethnic groups, but consumed under the Hausa. And then when you come down a little bit to the southeast, or let's say the eastern region, the same heinous crime against indigenous Nigerians is going on. And when you talk about that, you begin to hear, he's a drunkard, he's a criminal, he hating Igbo, and all that and all that and all that. The unknown gunmen ravaging the southeast was not actually introduced to destroy the southeast, but a boomerang. They were actually introduced for 2 reasons: for ethnic cleansing of other ethnic groups. First of all, within the eastern region, and then they want to empower their youth. You know, amnesty. Very soon you will see them on social media. All their politicians, all their stakeholders will start crying, okay, give them amnesty. Now that they are planning to bring Simon Ekpa, extradite him to Nigeria, maybe when they see their plans will be exposed, because I know Simon Ekpa will not go down without exposing them, because that guy knows the truth. He was not there for all those things. He was just a content creator creator collecting his money. And so what they will do is they will come up later and put pressure on the government to give Igbo youth amnesty, because Niger Delta got amnesty. But this is the game that has been going on. We remember the time of Bakasi. Most of you cannot forget easily. There were a group of charlatans under Biafra agitation of Rafael Owazurike. They were jumping up and down that they are killing ritualists, killing Ogwego people. But that was not what they were doing. When they are done with their people, because they love killing their people, they wanted to come to Bende State, Edo and Delta State. And our people didn't speak up. He took the Oba of Benin, Omonoba Iridiowo, he took the man to come out openly and said, no, we don't want Bakasi in Edo and Delta. Let them go and deal with themselves. These Igbo Biafra people begin to accuse the Oba of Benin, because most of you say, hey, it's not today. There are a lot of things. Oba of Benin refused to compromise. Atof Igala refused to compromise. These people may become mortal enemy of criminal-minded Nigerians. I will not digress. I don't want to digress. I would have given you a brief history of the Atof Igala, what he went through politicians. All of them. Obasanjo know what I'm talking about. And so these Igbo people descended on the Oba of Benin. That he's a ritualist, he's a cultist, he's a this one. That is why he's running for Bakasi. But Oba of Benin, Oba Tokbe, he said, you saw what we didn't see. And we are grateful to the Creator that now we have seen it. Obasanjo almost imposed Bakasi on Edo and Delta. The same way Nnamdi Kanu and those who sent him wanted to impose Eastern Security Network on us. But that is why I told you, they will never succeed. But we are suffering too much, even though they will not succeed. We cannot stop it together, because they will not benefit from it. We will not benefit from it. So why are we doing it? And so when you see criminal people telling you that Eastern Security Network is coming to defend you as Ikwere man, is coming to defend you as Akwa Ibom man, is coming to defend you as Anyoma man, you think again. I think Boko Haram and the rest are defending other ethnic groups in the north. And then I will not talk to the west. Because as far as we have looked at the history, outside the manipulation of original history, I don't think Yoruba people have gone beyond where they stop. And so we already know the truth. The only thing we can do is to checkmate you. We do not have the political strength, but we will expose you before you come out. Never again. It's a promise. And for us to be able to attend to this level, fellow Nigerians, we must understand, like in my last broadcast, Nigeria is the only country we have. Instead of us channeling our energy and resources to the destruction of this lovely nation, a nation blessed with diversities, human capacity, and unimaginable natural resources, which are actually enough to take care of all of us. Believe me, there are just one Nigerian man that can pay the bill of every Nigerian. In every 1,000 Nigeria, I'm sincere, in every 1,000 Nigeria, there is always one man that can pay all our bill, both those home and abroad. But why are we suffering? You want me to believe it's the colonial master? Their era is gone. Only those who allow themselves to be manipulated will be manipulated in that instance. There are a lot of things we need to do to checkmate the excesses of these criminal-minded individuals who have made a vow that they will not allow us to sleep. And they will never go to bed because they have murdered sleep. And so this morning, I humbly present to you a message I simply titled, 5 questions, 5 important questions every Nigerian should ask and expect sincere answer. You see, life is revealed by asking yourself critical questions that will determine whether you succeed or not. I remember when I was in secondary school, it was fun. It was fun. My parents had money. Everything I wanted, I could get it. I was not very focused. But then, I was called by my father sometime along the line and said, this is the only time you have to go to school. Do not misuse the opportunity. Go to school. And I have to begin to ask myself questions. Why am I here? Is it for the school to go through me or for me to go through the school? But I answered myself sincerely. And you should ask yourself, whatever you are doing now, what is the end result? What will be the outcome of what you are doing now? And if your conscience tells you that is the way to go, please continue. Let us go to those questions one after the other. Number one is, as a Nigeria, if Nigeria is divided today, what will be the fate of your people? Because there are people glamoring. We know it is a hypocritical attempt. They don't really mean it. Let us assume Nigeria is divided. What will be the fate of your people? Just a minute. I don't know why Yeah, sorry for that, dear. And so the first question should be, if Nigeria eventually divide today, what will be the fate of your people? Where are they going to start from? You know why I'm asking you? Because they may be pushing this thing. You think the Yorubas are keeping quiet? They are preparing in case of eventuality. You think the housesas are keeping quiet? No, they are getting ready in case of eventuality. You think the Igbos are keeping quiet? Remember the majority unquote. You're getting ready. Equally, in the eventuality, let us assume Nigeria is divided today. Where will equally people start from? You start building army barrack? You start recruiting OSPAC to guide you? At least you have these structures on ground temporarily. It's very fragile. So, but where will you start from? You start building government house? Because the last time I checked, the brick house will not hold you. But you've done well for yourself. Let's go to Anyama. Where are we going to start? Do we even have police station? Do we even have community policing? Where are we going to start? This is our questions you should ask. Do you have school? Go and look at Umunede, for instance. For more than how many years? For more than 30 years, no light, if not 50 years. We don't have transformer. I'm talking of Umunede, all of you know. Do they have light? And then one person will come and tell you cock and bull story. They want us to be wailing and crying. And so where are you people going to start from? And if these people that I call would not even have a place to start, what about all these ethnic groups you do never know their name? Because if Nigeria agreed today now that we have 500 official recognized ethnic group, of course the Google, the AI, the search engine, they are all confused now. Ask them how many ethnic groups do you have in Nigeria? Some will tell you 250, some will tell you it's 300, some will tell you it's 500. Whoever is manipulating his father, we shall know how it ends. But let us assume that we have 500 ethnic groups officially recognized at the moment. Believe me, you have another 5,000 that has not been discovered. Their name has never been mentioned. What happens to those people? Some of them will listen to this video. They will claim it doesn't concern them. It's okay. Ask yourself now. Because they will raid you. They will invade you. They will take away your life. And they may kill you. Do you know why people like Ogoni do not support anything Biafra? They showed it out completely. Do you know? Ken Saruwa fought against Ojukwu. Seriously. Because during the era of the Nigerian Biafra war, it was said that the Biafran war were killing Ogoni people. And even in the midst of the war, we're claiming their property. After the war, I own share. After the war, I own share. After the war, I own share. Imagine if Biafra have succeeded. There will be no anybody known as Ogoni. Many ethnic group in the eastern region as of that time, all of them will disappear. Or you'll remain a beast of burden, a slave from generation to generation. Because they will so destroy you, you will never come back again. Look at how our lives is influenced. Just because we opened arm of relationship. Now, have you ever wondered, where will you start from? Where will you start from? Look at the creation of states. Let's take Rivers State as a case study. When Rivers State was divided into two, Rivers and Bayelsa. Everything Rivers State had is in Rivers State. Bayelsa has nothing. They have to start from the scratch. And so if Rivers State today has more infrastructure on ground more than Bayelsa, it's not a big deal. Because Rivers State has been there. And Bayelsa have to start from somewhere. And Bayelsa can start from somewhere because the government of the day helped to augment the process for them to attain to the level they ought to get to. But if Nigeria divide today, some of you don't have natural resources. You don't have human capacity. But you have something others don't have. What do you think will happen to your people? That is number one. We look at number two. we continue to canvass for the unity of one Nigeria. And that is because if Nigeria must be divided, let it be divided based on fairness, transparency, justice. Every process must be initiated. Of course, the issue of referendum, they should bring it back into the constitution. The lawmakers should do that. And then at the end of the day, those who want to follow Yoruba should follow Yoruba. Those who want to follow Igbo should follow Igbo. Those who want to follow Hausa should follow Hausa. And those who want to hold their destiny in the palm of their hand should be free to do that without confrontation aggressively by any of these major ethnic groups. But each time we talk about this, let there be unity in Nigeria. Nigeria must succeed. Certain group of Nigerians get angry. How can you say Nigeria to unite? How will Nigeria unite? Nigeria cannot unite. Ask yourself a simple question. Why are they angry? No. You know the people I'm talking of. I'm talking about Igbo Biafra. 99.9% of them, the last thing they want to hear is good news about Nigeria. Why is it so? Ask yourself that question. And if you answer sincerely, you just know that the truth is the already agenda they have. If Nigeria unites, they will not be able to pull the shot. If Nigeria disintegrates through a natural, peaceful, democratic, constitutional process, they will lose. They want Nigeria to destroy because they are waiting. But in their mind, others are sleeping. No, we are sleeping inside uncompleted building. I ask yourself this question. Why are they against Nigerian unity? Let Nigeria unite. Have we not haunted ourselves enough? Have we not wounded ourselves enough? Is it not time we calm down and then look at the errors of the past and somehow move forward? And so that you that is majority will not destroy me that is minority. There is no secret of Nigeria that will be hidden anymore. Anybody even trying to suppress it, we lose. Because we will pay attention on you. I didn't say I. We will pay our attention on you. But there's a reason I'm asking you this question. If some ethnic groups do not want Nigeria to unite, and they are pretentiously fighting for a will that will never be, ask yourself, why is that? Because in the north, you see some group of hooligans telling you, we need Sharia state, we need Sharia state. And then in the west, you see some group of hooligans, see shouting, we need Oduduwa state, we need Oduduwa state. And then in the east, you see the same corrupt set of criminal-minded individuals shouting, we need the Biafra, we need the Biafra. But there was a Joe that first of all said, we need Niger Delta Republic. They crushed that man completely. Until they killed him, they have not rest. And ever since then, no minority ever spoke up. Because you have to be crushed. Now ask yourself, why are they afraid of true unification? Because they can't survive. They have to survive through fraudulency. They will survive when there is fake marketing, where there is baby factory, where there is ritualists, where there is blackmail. Without evil, they can't survive, I bet you. They don't have value. Their morality is nothing to talk. Just look at them. They will see the answer there. And by their comment, you shall know them. I'm asking fellow Nigeria, if you come from this group, you already know yourself. Ask yourself, why are you always angry when we talk about Nigerian unity? Ironically, number 3, the same group of people that don't want to hear about unity of Nigeria are jumping up and down. Oh, Agbo is Igbo, Ikwere is Igbo, Orobo is Igbo, Ejo is Igbo, everybody is Igbo, Fubara is Igbo, Wike is Igbo. Are you not reasoning? I need you to ask yourself this question. The same group of people that hate Nigeria badly. Go and look at the ones asking for Sharia law. They want you to believe that Idoma is Hausa, Igala is Hausa, TV is Hausa, Zakembia is Hausa, everybody is Hausa. Oh, what is wrong with them? And then go and look at the people who are telling you they want to do the one nation. They want you to believe that Arubo, Ijo people, all of them, they are Yoruba. And then I won't talk about Igbo Biafra people. Even Hausa people are Igbo, Yoruba people are Igbo. And now some of them are migrating from Benin already. Ask yourself, why is it that way? We want the unity of one Nigeria. Some group of Nigerians say no, Nigeria can never be united. But every day they are sponsoring group of criminals all around our community, distorting history, and they are telling you that we must be united because we are this one. Ask yourself. Now let me give you a hint. Do the rest mathematics for yourself. If for any reason Nigeria divide unconstitutionally, you see all of you around the coastal region, starting from Barega, Elaje in Lagos, down to Calabar, the last community, all of you by the river Rhine, what Igbo Biafra people will do to you, none of you will survive. And so each time you are hearing them, Opobo is Igbo, everybody is Igbo, they are looking for access to the Atlantic Ocean. Nothing more. They don't love you. They are looking for how to colonize full soldiers. They will use Anyoma people. Go and check the ancient kingdom of Benin. It is Asian people and Anyoma people that are a group of this warrior you hear Ikumeku, which Igbo people have claimed already. We know that it is the blood of warriors that run in our vein. We don't believe in talking. We believe in doing. But you did not know. When you hear we descended from here, some warrior become so fierce, some warrior become so powerful, some warrior became so intimidating. They cannot be tolerated. And then they assign empire and give to them. We were never Agbo people. It's not our name. But we accepted it. Go and ask your father. It is Agbo, not Agbo. But we are not rejecting it. We have accepted it. We are Agbo now. And so they need to colonize foot soldier. And then they bamboozle you. Have you not seen it? This is what they did to Chukwumanzogo. Did you not see Achuse and the rest of them that supported them? Don't you see what happened to them? They were just common foot soldiers. Even the Yoruba Mugu that thought he was dealing with people, they executed him. And so ask yourself, maybe some of you will begin to listen to what I'm telling you now, because you don't understand. Yes, we must unite, you must unite. They are trying to get access. Ijaw people, they romancing, they sleeping, all of you by the river Rhine, they will wipe all of you away. And one of them wrote to me in my inbox and said, we the Igbos are very powerful people. You can imagine only the Igbos fought Nigeria. For 3 years, fought all the ethnic groups in Nigeria, fought all the many international countries, supported them. We held our ground for 3 years. He said, can only Nigeria fight us? And I smile. Yo, 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 yo. I laugh. Do you know why I laugh? Nigeria did not fight you. It was the military against you. Yes, the colonial master did what they had to do to sustain their company. But nobody fought you. You fought others. You used other people. And come to think about it, if you resist what Benin resisted, and what Benin people are still resisting till today, I'm not sure you will exist. Let me remind you, when the Benin Empire was standing, the British came, they left with humiliation. When they couldn't conquer the Benin, they came back with the Portuguese, they left with humiliation. Of course, the France came, all of them, they could not overthrow the empire. And so they joined force. And so that tiny Benin you think you call tiny Benin, they rounded them up. They took advantage of our religion, as some religious bigotry are trying to do, to make the Benin people defenseless before the face of their God that promotes them, the very God they had faith in. And the king said, this is a festival period. We do not receive stranger. And then they knew it was time to strike. That is why I tell you, as a Christian, whatever you have faith in, as a believer, don't let anybody take your faith away from that thing. You become vulnerable and you will be destroyed the moment you allow them to bring sacrilege into the very foundation of your belief. And they knew at that moment, the Oba would not do certain things. And that was when they struck. Not one country, not two countries, not three countries. Colonial master gang up against the Benin. Benin still stood. But of course, they have to be house nigger. They will always be house nigger. Until people like Ozasaku and the rest of them did what they did. But it's okay. And so you can imagine if Russia, China, Japan, all these colonial masters, all of them descended on you. Will you be there? And you think it was a time like this? But you have no idea what our ancestors went through, what we saw. And finally, we have a country we could call our own. Instead of us to look at the people who have the technical know-how and learn from them and build a nation they could still envy, you are there dragging that your papa senior my papa when you have nothing to offer. Let me stop there. So each time they are trying to unite with you, ask yourself a question. What exactly are they looking for? And then number 4, it's almost as the same thing as question number 1. What will become of your people if Nigeria divide? What will become of you people? What will you become? Some of us are going to beg for food. Some of us will not know where to start from. Do you know why? Because already they control our life. Subconsciously, we think it's progress. I see some people, they will say, come and buy land. We are developing our land. We want development. You don't have sense. I don't sell all the compound where they bury our ancestors. You do not know that a black man retaining his land could only be possible by their connection to the very point where the umbilical cord of their ancestors is buried. Tofiakwa. You are looking for money. You're selling all your property. No. Enter your village now. Do you know I look like almost stranger in Abo? If I go to my village now, I look like stranger. My influence is not fed. The power I have is useless, except I force it. Is it supposed to be so? And now you know why Igbo people don't let you to settle down in their place. Once they see that you are coming up, they will destroy you. But they are everywhere dominating us, taking over everything. But we want development. You know, they don't want development. My brother, use your sense. What will become of you people? What will become of you people? Lately, they were challenging the Obi of Agbo. They were challenging Yoruba people inside Lagos. But these people could do something because they are part of the Wazobia. And so they begin to rename every street, every market, answering Igbo name. They begin to turn it to Yoruba name. And the next day, they're marginalizing us. The Obi of Agbo told them, that thing you are doing in our market, we want to know. And to know, we will appoint some Abo people to join you in your Igbo market in Abo. They told him, we are registered constitutionally. We cannot do that constitutionally. You will not allow, you don't have the power. Most of you may not be aware. When on my war, my wishibora, my bubo you can when you melenu. My bubo yenya even was arrogant enough to talk to the Obi of Agbo anyhow. What you will not allow them to do. And so what they cannot do, allow you to do in their place, they are doing it in your place. Don't worry, it is only attack they will attack, but they will not stop this message. And of course, the 5th question you should ask yourself, requesting for answer, is who control your economic space? I know it's a very difficult question for you to answer. It's a shame you know the truth. The Igbo Biafra people control your economic space. You're poor, very, very poor. They made you useless with all your hard work, but you can't see it.